Hi, it's Steve from Leading Dental. Let's go to a little bit of an overview of setting up and using the NSK scaler. First of all, putting the tip on. Now we've got our tip in our little wrench here. Now I know that this is a G8 tip. Now what we need to do is screw on. Need to make sure that it's not tight going on, to make sure that the thread screws on easily and there's nothing tight and binding in there. If it is tight, you might need to give that little thread a clean and check the condition. What we do is we tighten it until we get a click. If we don't get that click, then it's not tightening up to the full tightness. So we need to make sure we're getting that click in there. Now I know this is a G8 tip because it is written on there. So I can hold it against a G8 silhouette on there. And that's going to tell me that I'm in the green zone there, which means that the tip is in perfect frequency because it's tuned. And that's very important. If it gets into the orange, it's getting worn. If it gets in the red, you've got to put it in the bin because it means that it's out of frequency and you're not getting all of your feedback systems working on that tip. Now that we know that that's a G8 tip, the next thing is we look on our little guide here, and a G8 tip, the ideal power setting is in G mode, general mode, and the power setting is 7. So if we look on here and we hit the modes, we've got endo, perio, general mode, and then we can do our power up and down. So we want power 7 for a G8 tip. That's set and forget now. That should give us all the feedback, 30,000 times a second. It's monitoring the resistance at that tip and adjusting the boosting and controlling the power for optimum scaling. So we want to make sure that we're using the right power setting and we're in the general mode. So most of those general tips, as you can see, are around between the 6 to 8. So usually 7's a good middle ground number, but we don't ever really need to and don't ever really want to get up to maximum power on that. So keep our power settings right, check our tips on the tip guide, make sure we're in the right mode and the right power setting on there. And then we're ready to go. So then when we hit the go pedal, you see that nice atomization of the mist. Now that's what we always want to get. We want a nice atomization, that mist there. Not a drip, not a squirt of water, that nice atomization. That means our tip is in perfect frequency. That atomization of the water actually helps with the scaling process. So we want to be scaling across the tooth, not 90 degrees or acting like a jackhammer. We want to be scaling across the tooth. And what we've got is in the tip, we've got a little motion like this. It's moving backwards and forwards in a microscopic level. What it does is if it hits a heavy build-up of calculus trying to do that motion, it'll ramp the power up, blast through, and then it'll keep that motion. It's all about maintaining that motion. They're in perfect tune like a tuning fork. That's why keeping maintenance of all this is very important. I hope that helps. Thank you.